And we're back. Welcome to the beginning of the end. Sort of.
Here at the end of all things.
Just gonna try and predict it every time.
I made the mistake of posting the link to the thing that I'm using for mutations in chat, and now chat is just mutating each other.
Yay!
Dear chat, please stop mutating each other.
I like
so
it.
Awesome.
Okay, so yeah, the immediate threat of the Chaos Sorcerer Beastman has been dispatched. It is dead. But yeah, Gwen has been further mutated by its magic, and the ritual yet continues. Just up the stairs, there are 3 peasants hanging by their chains off the edge of the ziggurat. They're hanging off the corner. If they fall, chances are pretty good they can't swim. They'll probably drown because the chains are fairly heavy. There are 3 other peasants trying to like pull them up, but they're not doing so good because they're all emaciated and weak from being in beastman slavery. There's more beastmen coming down the stairs, like pushing their way down. And if they get to the edge, they're going to be able to rain rocks or weapons down on you. And then there's, as always, the incessant drumming, which, Blythe, you've now managed to block out enough of that, you know, you can get by. But it's still quite loud. What do you want to do?
I'll use my super hearing and see if I can hear anything useful.
I like it. Good enough.
You want to daredevil the situation? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Go ahead and discern realities for me with your super hearing.
The tentacles approaching, we can guide them to the right direction, or like, because that's the plan, right? We're guiding it towards the tentacles.
Yeah. Although, I'm thinking about this, and if it's giving us all these superpowers, are we like asking for trouble?
Yes. Yeah, I just failed that. So.
Okay. All right. So, unbeknownst to you, as you were all messing around at the pyramid getting mutated, the Leviathan has sunk back under the waves and has been approaching this whole time. And when you turn to kind of like look, you see its tentacles emerging out of the water and wrapping themselves around the boat. And they're starting to like squeeze the boat. And you can hear with your super hearing, you can hear the wood creaking and bending as it like squeezes the boat. Yeah, so it's here, it's ready to go, but it's like only a matter of time before it crushes your boat.
Get out of here, bird.
Quiet, chaos bird.
Lavinia and Akill. Akill is murdering someone right now, right?
Yeah, Akill is taking up the torch. Well,
Lavinia jumps off the boat if she sees these tentacles coming.
Yeah, I figured that's probably as they like start to grab the. Okay. What do you want to do there, Aphantid / Galenial?
Has Aphantid really recovered yet from the blood of the eyes?
Yeah, you kind of got your shit together. You can see and you can speak in like the common tongue again, which is nice.
That's good.
Yeah, you look up the pyramid and you can see Akill being menaced by some kind of silver beetle creature.
What is that creature?
Yeah.
And where is Gwen gone?
That horrible beast hunchback. Yeah, so what are the 2 you want to do?
So, is there any way that we can get more powers? Or is that guy like
touch it?
Killed now?
I mean, there might be some ambient chaos energy if you want to go rub yourself on the corpse or whatever.
Or the tentacle. Isn't the tentacle around the boat? You can just go touch the tentacle.
I really want to try and get some sort of magical power.
Oh, I gotta warn you. One of the entries on this table is diabetes. So,
oh god.
Yeah, do not roll the number that gives you diabetes because that is not a superpower.
That's it.
I can't wait.
Let me just tell you.
I'm immune to that one.
Oh god. No one wants to be the diabetes X-Man. That's the worst.
No.
Alright, so can I try and rub myself to get some ambient
Yeah, you just want to smear chaos dude blood on you?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. I assume this is Aphantid, right? Not Galenial?
Aphantid, yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to risk a Galenial like that.
All right, so Aphantid, you run up towards the ziggurat as the boat starts to get like squished by the tentacles. You see Aphantid coming, like running towards you, and you feel a sudden sense of like jealousy and possessiveness. Like, oh, Aphantid's coming back to get the axe, but it's your axe now. So you find yourself like white knuckle like on the axe. And then Gwen, you see Aphantid come running up, just like blood drying on her face. And then weirdly, she just like falls on her knees and starts smearing chaos blood all over herself. So that happens. Why don't you roll a D200 for me? They're just residual effects. You don't get the full table. Okay, 156. Let's see if there's a sub table for this one.
Must be good.
Okay, roll a D20.
I really want some wings.
17. Okay. Cool. You have zebra-striped eyes, so your eyeballs turn into weird black and white stripes.
Oh my god.
That's your mutation.
What?
I think while that happens, you lose the ability to perceive like color too. So everything just like turns like grayscale. And anyone that looks at Aphantid, you can see these weird like zigzag like stripes instead of eyeballs. So
can I see through walls with them, or?
We'll see what happens. So
I become colorblind.
Yeah, Aphantid is now just like covered in bits of chaos entrail. Blythe, you're still like trying to keep your hearing together. Lavinia, you're swimming towards the pyramid, and you can hear above the beastmen snarling at each other, and it sounds like they're getting ready to drop something on you. What do you want to do? People on this, especially. I'm
gonna backstroke so
Okay.
I can see them.
Okay. You bump into a tentacle.
Oh.
Oh god.
That's terrible.
All right.
Yeah, big rubbery tentacle, like you bump into it, kind of like,
Casually.
No.
like caresses you, and like, yeah.
I swim away as fast as I can while rolling a D400.
Well, in what direction do you want to swim?
Away from the thing that's going to be dropped on my head and the tentacle, and to safety.
Just out into open water.
I want to get away. I'm running.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean the only direction to go away from both the tentacles and the ziggurat is just out into the darkness of the sea.
I'm gonna try and go like out and around to be kind of safe, and then come back and regain. So they. Do I need to roll because I touched the tentacle?
No, the big tentacles are not mutated tentacle.
Okay, good.
But you do need to defy danger with your constitution. Let's see how good of a swimmer you are.
Okay. Constitution, -1.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh dear.
Oh no. No.
I'm gonna spend all 5 of my luck to go to 7.
Oh my god.
Okay, so remember, if you have less than 1 luck, you're dead anyway.
Oh,
Well,
am I dead anyway? Then?
I think that'll be the end. So no one notices the end of Lavinia. So you're all occupied. Lavinia starts to swim away into the darkness, and Lavinia, it's not the tentacle. You escape the tentacles, and you escape the beastmen that are trying to kill you, but you don't escape the fact that you're a halfling and not very buoyant and can't swim very well. And somewhere out in the darkness, you get turned around, lose your way, and inhale a big lungful of water and drown. So you sink below the bottom of this dark ocean.
No.
Disappeared and forgotten by your friends. All that's left behind is like a cask of beer on the steps.
Dead.
This is one of those situations where after the whole thing, everyone's going to be like, "Where's Lavinia?" Oh, well.
Oh no.
Sad.
All right, Lavinia.
Akill.
Noble drowning for you. What's everybody else going to do? Beastmen menacing you with heavy objects.
Blythe is going to try and keep up, and I mean, if she can, I don't know. Are they on top of us? I was going to try and undo some of those chains.
So they're on the level above you guys. So there's a wall here, you're here, they're up here, and they're going to throw something down onto you. You can run up or down the path, or you can jump into the water or whatever, but they're just going to try and like stop you from continuing to climb the pyramid.
Oh, I see.
No.
Can I reach the people in chains?
Or are they? Yeah, you can run up to them. They're kind of on the corner. So like if you look at my very cool tactical map, show you, y'all are in this zone right here, and the peasants that are falling off the edge are over here. Lavinia somewhere. And the beastmen are coming down the stairs here, and they're going to drop something on you that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally. I'll go over and try and help the peasants, which is why we're here.
Okay, so Blood, you're out of the way. Akill, you're still in that. Akill and Gwen, basically, you guys are about to have stuff dropped on you. Aphinted, too. The three of you are there. So the three of you need to decide what you're going to do other than having stuff dropped on your heads.
So the boat is like here. Oops. Like right under where we are?
The boat is, yeah, kind of like right here. This purple, pink, whatever thing.
Okay, cool.
Boat.
I was like, is that a mast?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to run for the peasants too.
Okay. Akill, what do you want to do?
I am aware of this probable weirdness with this axe, so I'm resisting the urge to kill everyone around me.
Yeah.
And looking for, I can never remember the darn name, Aphinted to throw this thing back at if I have to. But I'm gonna go and try and kill things.
Okay, so you want to give the axe to Aphinted, or
no, I want to.
Okay, you don't want
kill. Well, I mean, I'm just saying. You said that I was starting to get.
Yeah, you feel a little possessive with your axe now.
So I'm gonna throw it out of my hands as soon as I feel the urge to kill anything around me. But if I can discern who is really an enemy and try to kill him, I'm gonna try the closest.
Yeah. I mean, you still have you haven't been carrying the axe very long. You haven't spilled a lot of blood with it, so. Yeah, I mean, if you want to fight, you're going to have to either climb up the wall or continue running around up.
Can I just defend my people?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Sure. Okay. And then what do you want to do, Aphinted?
Well, now that I have my awesome new eyes,
yeah,
so I'm in immediate danger right now. So
yes, you're all in immediate danger, except for Gwen and Blythe ran away, so that's fine.
Yeah, I think I'll follow those guys toward the peasants. Is that correct?
Yep.
Maybe we can try and free them.
Okay, sure. So everybody's just gonna run over that way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you all end up on the corner. The peasants are currently trying to pull other people up, and these are when I say the peasants, I mean your aunts and uncles and maybe your wives or whatever. These are people you actually know, not just generic placeholder peasants. And I think that Gwen, you and Blythe come running up, and Blythe, you see. They look at you first. There's a moment of recognition, and then they look at the weird silver beetle creature that's scuttling towards them, and start to freak out. They start screaming, and one of them lets go of the chain, and then the others fall towards the water, and it pulls them all because they're all chained together. Pulls them all forward. What do you want to do?
I come in peace. I come in peace.
Blythe says, Gwen, quick, let's grab them, and runs towards.
Yeah, I get my crook and hook it into the chain that's falling into the water and try to pull it out.
Okay. All right. So the two of you together, and then with Aphinted help, you manage to pull up these peasants, and they're still terrified, but they're kind of in shock, so they're huddling together. And then around the corner at the top of the stairs, you hear sort of sheep-like bleeding as a bunch more beastmen appear in this vicinity around the corner. So these ones are armed with swords, so they've got long swords, and they're ready to make a run at you. Aphinted, you notice them first. What do you want to do? Actually, no, Akill does, because Akill's on defense. So Akill, you see 3 more beastmen pushing towards you on the stairs.
I'm going to line myself up
with
them and just start swinging.
Just gonna lay in with the axe.
Because I know that it took over before, so I figure if they're at least all in front of me, then hopefully I can
right.
do some damage and then throw it to the ground, regain composure.
The easiest target. Right. I like how you're treating it like there's like a progress bar that fills up, and then when it's almost there, I throw it on the ground and wait for it to go back down. Like, pick it up.
Makes sense, actually.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Yeah. So go ahead and hack and slash this first beast man.
Woo.
Nice. Okay. So roll a d4 for your damage, or a d4 and a d6 if you want also to be attacked.
No.
Got it. So.
3.
All right, you massacred the beast man.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it feels awesome. You just like bury the axe in his chest as he approaches, and it's like the most effective violence that you as a person have ever performed on someone else. Like you've been staggering through these ruins for a while now, getting your asses kicked and having bad things happen to you, but for just a brief second, you're in control of your own destiny. You've just ended the life of this creature. There's 2 more ready to die behind him, and you feel fucking great. What do you want to do?
Do it again.
Yeah, just bring it up. All right. So Blythe and Gwen and Aphantid, you see Akill undergoing much the same as Aphantid did earlier. Like the screaming just gets louder and louder, and this like wordless howl just like spilling out of him is like wailing around with the axe. Okay, go ahead and make another attack. Meet second foe.
9.
All right. Do you want to spend a point of luck, or do you want to take the 9 as it is?
Akill has. Let's spend 1 point of luck.
Okay.
You said 1 is where it's bad?
What's that?
How many?
You can't go below 1.
Okay, I have 2 now.
So, right. So this wanton act of chaotic violence.
Yeah.
The gods are turning their face from you. They're like, "Oh, you are doomed, Akill. This is a dark path."
All right.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
2.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you mow this one down too. Yeah, you're very effective at what you had intended to do. But again, now after the second one is killed, everything starts to just kind of take on the same dull grayish color. And instead of seeing beastmen in front of you, you just see obstacles full of blood for you to spill. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you know that your real target is at the top of the pyramid, that there's something happening that you have to prevent. Not because it's, bad for the world in general, and you've forgotten the people you came here with, you've forgotten the peasants that you're trying to save. All that matters is that someone up there needs to get an axe buried in them, and you're the man to do it. The beastman in front of you is like a footnote, like you barely notice him. What do you want to do?
I, in my attempt to gain control, would like to take one last swing because I know there's 3, and swing and throw it out of my hands at the same time. Like, kill him and then throw it to the ground.
All right, sure.
That's the goal.
Okay, go ahead and roll your hack and slash, your one last one.
7!
Okay.
I don't have luck to spend.
No, you do not. Okay, roll damage.
3.
Okay, all right. So you kill this one, and in doing so, in killing this third beast man, and your mind sort of goes in 2 different places. You dissociate from your body, and in your head, you're like, okay, that's it, I'm done. Like just one more. That's it. And you feel this sudden sense of like calm and peace kind of wash over you, and you sort of go away and watch at a disconnected sort of passivity as your body continues its rampage up the stairs. And you feel okay, like, you got some stuff done, but yeah, the axe continues to carry you forward, and there's a group of peasants that try to run away. You manage to kill the first 2, the other 3 fall off the ziggurat into the water, and then the rest of you just see Akill disappear around the corner screaming. So
Yes.
you can
Not
hear
dead
him.
yet!
Yeah, you can hear him, but he's gone. He's around the corner, and there's lots of screaming and axe noises.
Oh my god.
You saved these peasants, though they still appear to be quite terrified of the beetle creature. What do you want to do?
I want to try to get them, like, push them up a level, basically, so they're not near the water.
Okay.
Where all the crazy shit is happening.
So,
I want to try to like push them up the stairs a little way so they're not falling off.
all right. So basically what's happened to them from the peasants' point of view is that these like beastmen have been trying to push them up to the top of the ziggurat, and then some other people killed a bunch of them, and now there's this other weird thing trying to continue pushing them up the ziggurat.
Yeah,
they fight. They're like, I mean, they're not attacking you because they're weak, but they they're screaming and like trying to get away. And Blythe, do you want to try and calm them down, or what do you want to do? Because they're terrified of Gwen.
Wait, everybody! This is Gwen. You know her. She's the swine herd. He had 3 pigs. What were their names?
Gitman something.
No.
Their names
Look in her eyes.
were somewhere.
Her. She means you no harm.
Okay, why don't you, Blythe? So this is the moment where like the sappy violins start to swell and like, the light reflects off Gwen's silvery hide as you deliver your impassioned speech. Why don't you roll to parlay with these people? The leverage you have is they know you and they trust you.
Thank you.
And you're asking them to calm the fuck down.
Oh damn.
Oh, nice.
That's good.
Excellent. Yes, they do. There's a moment where I don't know, Gwen. Do you have any? Who are your relatives in the village? Are you like? Do you have a kid or like an aunt or an uncle or something?
Hmm.
Who loves the poor hunchback?
I don't know.
Like a
Maybe
child.
I have like I probably have like a dad that always told me I was cute, even though I had
Your old dad. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So he's
That
among
hunchback will grow down.
he's among this group of peasants, and teary-eyed he shuffles forward in his manacles and like embraces you, crying into your silvery hair.
Baja.
Clapping delightedly. Just like touching moment with Gwen and Gwen's dad. Maybe his name is Gustav or Wilhelm or something.
Wilhelm. I like that.
He's got a big bushy mustache and chops. Yeah, so they thanks to Blythe, they're reunited, and the peasants, while still terrified, are not any longer terrified of Gwen or Aphantid. So you can get them to a place where they're safe from falling. And what do you do then? If Aphantid, you see this like happening, and you can push past if you want, or what do you want to do?
Are they still chained up or they're free?
Yeah, they're chained at their ankles.
Okay. Is there any way we can unchain them, like with some sort of knife or weapon that someone has?
Some sort of heavy metal axe of some kind. Yeah, I mean the manacles actually aren't. They're not like locked. They're just pinned shut. So if you take a second, you can unpin them. They're really just to hobble them, not to like keep them imprisoned.
Okay.
But yeah, you can unpin them. They're all like straight up terrified though. Though I mean, based on Blythe's like inspiring speech, it might be possible to rally them to help fight.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Unpin them all.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so they're all freed, and Wilhelm looks to Blythe and says, "Well, what do we do now?" His mustache all like flapping.
Would it be better to get them to the boat, maybe?
Yeah, except the tentacles. Right?
Yeah, there's a horrible monster, unfortunately.
If did you say that, and he looks and he's like, "Oh, you mean that boat?" Look, it's all like getting squeezed into a little wall.
We're all doomed.
Actually, we're doomed.
We're actually doomed.
Wait a second.
You could try swimming.
You need to somehow axe down the Leviathan.
I think we could swim across. It's not that far.
Do we see anything above us? Or is it just a
Big ass cave, yeah. You could say we could swim, and I think that Wilhelm he says he's like, but you come so far already, and if we leave now, this horrible thing, and he points to the ziggurat, he's like, we'll still be under our village. please, and he like grab. I was gonna say he grabs your hands, but he grabs your hand. But like, please, you have to finish this for everyone, and like gestures at the cowering peasants.
Papa,
epic.
what did you see? Why did they bring you here? What happened up there?
He says, I do not know, daughter, and he like puts his hand on your shoulder, and I hope I never find out. But if you give me a sword, and he like looks around to see if anyone has a weapon, I will fight at your side.
Right. Well, everyone grab a stone, I guess. I don't.
Well,
Time.
Gwen, you have two weapons, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to give dear Papa a weapon?
Yeah.
Okay.
He sounds like
who
a
died on the
badass.
shores of this last? Did anyone die last time? Before? We have bodies to loot.
No, I think Lavinia is the only nearby corpse.
She's not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay.
That wizard guy, I guess.
Oh yeah.
He's like all the way down there.
Yeah. All right, I will kind of reluctantly, but because he's my dad and he's cool, I'll pass my mace off to him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. He kind of like hefts it and like taps in his hand. He's like, "Yes, this will do." So, yeah. I mean, you guys can still hear Akill like shrieking.
Yeah, everybody else grab rocks. Let's go up and get these guys.
Okay. All right. Where's Galenial during all this? Is she like skulking behind, or
She's lurking around, keeping her distance from any danger.
she's in stealth mode?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you want to press on after Akill up the ziggurat?
Ah.
Okay. All right. So you follow Aquil's just like trail of murder. There's just like bodies like everywhere.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Probably
This was not planned at all. I forgot I put this here.
Yeah, just like a trail of like dismembered and disemboweled bodies, beastmen and peasants all lying in a bloody mess on the way up. And it's like 3 floors of this by the time you catch up with Akill. At the top of the temple, it's dominated by a vast smoking pit that glows with this like hellish green light. The biggest beastman you've seen since the walrus guy hoists an effigy of a fearsome armored figure above his head. So that thing that you were seeing is actually just like a suit of armor stuffed with like straw and cloth that he's been kind of like waving around, holding it as these swirling clouds billow up from inside the ziggurat. It's basically like a volcano, but made of stones. And you can see as you arrive that prisoners are being shoved, screaming, one after another down into the pit. A trio of beastmen here, in addition to the big guy, are pouring woven baskets full of like gold coins and other treasure down into the, like literally more wealth than any of you have ever imagined in your whole life, just getting dumped into the fire. And as it does, like as it falls in, there's gouts of smoke and flame, and all around you, the thundering cacophony of drums and bestial howling as the bizarre ritual nears its climax. Aquil's voice is just like merged in with all of that like howling. And yeah, the beastmen notice you, obviously, as you approach. The one holding the effigy continues to finish the ritual. The other 3 pick up weapons. They drop the treasure baskets, and they spill most of the treasure on the deck. And these ones grab weapons and come rushing towards you. What's everybody gonna do?
Charge!
Yeah. I'm not really in control anymore, right? So
You're not totally out of control. It was just the ascent that was out of your control. Maybe you have a minute now where, like you, and actually I think, Akill, you see this, so you recognize, and maybe there's no context for you. Maybe you feel like this is just outside information, or maybe it's something you can internalize. I'll just tell you what you feel. But do you have any? Does Akill have any siblings? Do you have like a brother or a sister?
a brother and a sister.
Yeah. How do you get along with your brother?
Akill is a man, right?
Yeah.
He loves his little brother.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So somewhere when you see that effigy, it's like seeing your brother, and there is that moment of recognition, and like you're like, oh, that's my brother. Like, oh, I love this person. But then you remember all the horrible, nasty shit he's done to you, and how he buried you in that tomb of ice, and how he stabbed you in the back, and now these filthy beastmen are trying to bring him back to life. So what? So he can betray you again? And all you want to do is like kill his servants and tear down his pyramid and show him once and for all who's in charge because of all the shitty things that he did to you when you were children. And maybe you recognize that as someone else's feelings. Maybe you don't. It's totally up to you. But yeah, you definitely, it's very personal. And then what's going on here, if it's allowed to continue, is going to be very bad for you in that regard. But you have enough presence of mind to try and wrest control of your body if you want to.
I think that at this level, like, we're in so much danger if I don't continue using the axe. So I feel like Akwell's going to try and resist taking over the feelings and be as aware as possible, but he's still... Because he saw it happen with, my goodness, I'm never going to remember this name. Aphantid, and understood that this was the thing that could allow us to get out alive, so...
Okay.
I'm still slashing.
So go ahead and hack and slash. Are you attacking, who are you attacking? The regular beastman or the guy performing the ritual, or?
The guy performing the ritual is who I'm after, ultimately.
All right,
so,
get him.
Okay.
Hack and slash, and then everybody else you can run in after Akill and attack the other ones if you want.
9.
Alrighty. So he drops the effigy as you approach, howling, and you rush in to meet him with your axe. And he brings his hands up, and they're glowing with the same green fire that's coming out of the pyramid. And roll your damage on this guy.
3.
Nice. Okay. So you just bury the axe in his chest. He immediately kind of like starts to go limp, but he grabs you with his just like burning hands, and the fire like sears your flesh. You're gonna take some damage. Roll a d4.
The end.
You've got armor though, remember? Right?
Oh yeah. Yes. D4 is what you said?
Yeah. Ooh,
not that much armor.
Oh my god.
So he grabs you, and his fingers like melt through the chainmail into your skin, and you burst into flames. The two of you just like erupt in fire. Everyone behind you see this as Akwell like buries the axe in, and then the two of them tumble sideways off into the pit. And there's a howling and then a rumble as they land in the fire below.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Axe, Akwell, Beastman all go overboard. The other 3 Beastmen, the ones who were pouring the treasure, they rush to attack the rest of you. So what are you going to do?
I'm going to run towards Gwen and push him into the pit too.
Okay. You're going to staff him into the pit?
Staff him into the pit.
Alrighty. Go ahead and hack and or slash, please.
Livy was about to say something.
She muted.
I wasn't going to say anything.
And 9.
Okay. Alrighty. So go ahead and deal your damage.
All right. Wait.
There it is.
Okay.
All right. So you run up with your staff, and you see one hand, so you like hit him with it, and it hits him in the face. You can feel his skull kind of like crunch under the end of it, and he reaches up and he grabs it, and he's gonna attack you with his sword. So roll a d4 for how much damage you're gonna take.
Oh god.
Oh no.
All right. So is that Blythe done in as well?
You have 4 luck. Does that matter?
No. That's the question I asked when I died.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no. Your 4 luck goes with you to the grave.
There she goes.
Yeah. So you crack his skull open, and he staggers forward and shoves the sword into your chest. And then collapses dead on the ground, as do you atop him. Aphantid, Gwen's dad, Lavinia.
Gwen's dad. I want that sword.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
Sure. You can run in and pick the sword up. What do you want to do with it?
I There's 3 left?
There are 2 beastmen
Left.
remaining. Yeah.
Okay, so me and Pops
Okay.
are gonna try to kill one of them.
Sure. Okay. You can get a +1 to your hit and damage to your roll, and to your damage for your dad helping you.
Okay.
He's backing you up, but he's obviously exposed to danger by doing it. But...
Yeah. +1.
Yes. Yeah. In addition to whatever your normal strength bonus is.
Ooh, +2. 8.
Okay. Do you want to spend 2 luck to get that up to 10? Or
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So go ahead and roll your damage, and add an additional 1.
Should I do add an additional what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you get an extra 1 for your dad helping.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So you want me to do them separately, or
Yeah,
like
just
2d4?
Yeah, just roll a d4 and add 1. So d4 + 1.
Okay, got it.
He doesn't deal his own separate damage. Yeah. All right.
4.
Excellent. So with your new sword and your papa by your side, the 2 of you dispatch a beastman soundly. And then the last beastman comes after Aphantid. So Aphantid, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna try and defend myself. I got 3 onions in my satchel. I'm gonna throw it there.
Well, you also Galaniel does. Galaniel still has that skull too, which is like, basically vibrating this close to the ziggurat now. Like, remember they were bright before. Like, it's like humming and like shaking in your head.
So does the skull possess some sort of power?
I would say, given that most human skulls don't glow like this, probably.
So I'm gonna direct the skull toward his direction and like defend, attack, do everything.
You're looking for the magic word. Okay. Go ahead and roll plus dexterity, please. Roll that for me.
Aphantid's?
Yes. No, Galaniel's, because she's got the skull, right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you're pointing it at the beastman?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So roll a d10. Nice.
Pretty good.
Okay. All right. So here's what happens. You point the skull and it flies from your hand and streaks out like a comet towards the beastman, where it impacts him in the chest and it cracks, blows up. There's like a blinding flash of light, and the beastman is incinerated instantly.
Wow.
But if Aphantid is caught in the blast, and needs to defy danger with Constitution.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Is that 2d6?
Yeah, 2d6 plus or minus whatever your Constitution modifier is.
So, is Gwen alive still? That's who's.
Yes.
Yeah, that was who's fighting with her father. Blythe died.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, Aphantid, you're able to like throw yourself to the ground before the concussion wave from the exploding skull kind of like ripples out. It kills the last beastman, and basically like the ziggurat starts to collapse in on itself from the force of the explosion. You can hear like cracking above you, and bits of stone are starting to fall from the cave ceiling. The last peasants that are still alive are what? Gwen is still alive?
Yeah, I just did it. Gwen,
Galaniel,
and Aphantid.
Okay, what are you 3 doing? The whole there was a load bearing beast, man. The whole fucking thing's coming down.
Oh my
Cool.
god.
Can Aphantid throw her onions into the fire?
Hell yeah! Throw your onions in the fire.
Yeah.
Do it.
Stink bomb.
Fuck you, onions. All right, cool. The boss of the next session will be Chaos Onions.
Oh god.
Yeah. Okay. You hurl them into the fire, and for a brief second, there's a nice oniony smell, but otherwise.
Oh, okay. Well, other than that, I think I'll run.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. How many people are left chained up that we didn't already unchain?
So they're unchained. There's maybe like a half dozen terrified peasants just kind of scattered around that you can grab and be like, come on, and like run with them.
Yeah. We should get them off the top with us as soon as possible.
Okay. There is also like treasure just like scattered everywhere. Like you see like a gold armband and like a pile of platinum coins just like lying around, and like the thing is coming apart, so they're like sliding down into the fire, but you could totally stop and like grab a handful of treasure if you wanted to.
Well, I saw some treasure, or Ethan did saw some treasure on the sand on the beach.
Yeah.
She was planning on picking that up on the way out. Not while the building is collapsing into the fire.
Yeah, I mean the whole ziggurat is falling, and by any estimation, the cape collapsing too. So you may not have a chance to run back to the beach.
Oh, well, I still have gold coins in my satchel. I think Ethan Ted, even though she's greedy, she's pretty adamant about getting out here alive.
All right. You guys, where are you running to? Do you want to just like run down to the bottom so you don't get the ziggurat collapse on you, or what do you want to do?
Oh God. There's nowhere to go. I guess I grab as many people as I can and run down the back of the pyramid opposite of where the center of the lake and the beast is.
Okay. All right. Is that's the same thing Aphantid and Glenn are going to do?
Yeah, I think we'll follow Gwen.
Okay.
She's metallic.
Who has the lowest luck? The lowest luck of the three of you?
8, Lavinia.
I think I have 8 too because I just spent 2.
Okay. Both of you roll a d6. Whoever gets lower has effectively the lowest luck for this bad thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Okay. All right, Gwen. You're the only one that seems to like care about like getting the peasants off. So you're the last one off the ziggurat. And as the rest of the peasants and the surviving members of your party reach the water, basically, and kind of get thrown off into the water at the bottom of the ziggurat, there's this like terrible sort of subsonic like, crack that you feel more than you hear, and the whole cave kind of shifts to the side, and you hear a rushing of water as if it's being like drained out of the cavern somehow. But when that happens, a big chunk of the ziggurat above you shifts and falls towards you. What are you gonna do? Big shadow. It's like gonna crush you.
Try to run out of the way, roll out of the way.
Yeah, you just want to like leap.
Yeah.
Safety. Okay. Defy danger with your dexterity.
Defy rock.
Yeah.
Let's see, dexterity.
Oh, geez.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right. So you get 2 choices. You can just take it as it is, and we can all say goodbye to Gwen. Or you can spend enough luck to get it up to 7, in which case I'll just give you a difficult choice.
Oh, my God. I guess I'll spend it. I want to keep playing, so I guess I'll spend it. 5 luck.
Yep.
And I have 3.
Okay. So there's a moment where the shadow of the stones is cast over you, and you look to your side, and you see your father helping like another peasant like get up who stumbled, and you know that in this moment you could throw yourself aside and be safe, but your father would be crushed to death.
Oh my God.
Or you could warn him, and he would get to safety, and you'll get crushed instead. What do you want to do?
That choice, though. That evil laugh.
Man, I don't even have an alignment.
No.
That would have made it easier.
Well, I guess I'll neutral good it and save my Faja.
Save your dad? Okay.
Yeah, I yell to Dad and say, "Get the hell out!"
Okay. All right.
Splatter.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So you're the ominous green light reflects off your brilliant silver skin as there's one last moment. You and your father make eye contact, and he grabs the peasant girl that he was helping and pulls her aside, and they roll out of the way, and the last thing you see is this like massive pile of stone go down on top of you, and then oblivion. Aphantid and what's your other character's name?
Galenial.
Thank you. Aphantid and Galenial. You and the rest of the peasants get pulled into the water. You see Gwen's father splash into the water beside you, and then you're all like sucked under. And above you, you can see like through the light, everything's suddenly muted. You can see these like sort of beams of greenish light as the ziggurat collapses in on itself, and the water starts to like churn and basically funnel you down underwater, and you're being like pulled away from the cave through the darkness. And whether you awaken or not, I suppose, is a question for another day, because that is the end of this particular meat grinder.
Oh my god.
Way to stop the
I questionably still have 2 characters alive. Yes. I am victorious.
I mean, I guess, yeah. If we had to crown a survivor, yes.
Livy wins.
Livy would have won that one.
Well, let's take a break and we'll come back.
We'll do a little debrief.
And we'll do a debrief.
Okay, fantastic.
Hang tight, everybody. Take a breather. We'll be right back.
Bye.